Welcome to my review of RegistryFix. This is the first in a series of reviews of registry cleaning and correction software, and I'm going to show you how to use this program to vastly improve the performance of your PC. So let's get started. Firstly, I explain the installation and limitations on the unregistered version. I'm going to walk you through the registry scanning function. This scans the registry for errors and fixes them, but not before it creates a backup. There's always a danger with this type of software that it will identify false positives. This could potentially disable some programs, or worse still, make your machine unbootable. So having a backup helps safeguard against these problems. Also, I would advise that before you run any registry cleaner, you make a system restore point. Then if it all goes horribly wrong, you can get back to where you started. After that, we'll look at the additional tools and functions, some of which are very useful and help speed up your PC. Okay, let's get started. You can download the program from the link below this video. It's a small program and it's very easy to install. Just follow the default settings. If you use the free registered version, it limits the number of error corrections you can make on any one run to, I think it's 4. This means it would take many scans and a lot of time to clean your registry. However, it is useful for giving you an indication of the state of your registry and letting you make an informed decision on whether to buy the full program. When you launch the program, this is the main interface that's initially displayed. As you can see, it's roughly divided in two. On the left hand side we have the main controls, and on the right hand side there's a list of tick boxes which show which sections of the registry are going to be scanned when you start the scan. I always leave all of these ticked. I've never found a reason to do a partial scan of the registry. Okay, let's go through the buttons. The main button is the registry scan button, and we click that and it starts to do a registry scan and clocks up the number of any problems found under this column here. It also shows a progress bar along here. Now this takes about 10 minutes to complete, so I'm going to pause the video here and come back when it's finished the scan. As you can see, it's now finished the registry scan. When I click OK, it shows a summary of any errors found. I should mention that I've just reinstalled Windows XP on this machine and added only a few programs, so RegistryFix is unlikely to find many errors. If I were to run it again in say a few months' time, I would expect to see many more errors, especially if I'd installed and removed many programs. The reason for this is that Windows is not good at managing the registry, and even on a very new machine it will begin to accumulate errors from the start. To analyse the errors, I click on this View Details like this, and it shows the errors that I've found, and for example it can't find this esag4st.exe at the specified location. Now I should mention that all registry cleaner programs occasionally find false positives. If you allow the program to clean out these references, it can disable some programs or even stop your machine from booting. To view the details, click on this Add to Ignore list, and it shows the key that RegistryFix is going to clean for you. If you want RegistryFix to ignore this, you can tick this box here and it will not clean out this registry key. I'm just going to cancel that. Now to fix the problems, we'll just close this and then click the Repair Problems, and it gives you a little warning saying that it will automatically back up any problems before actually removing them. Now this is a backup of only the registry keys where it has found problems, so it's not a full backup of the registry. There is a facility within RegistryFix to back up the full registry, and I'll be showing you that later. So we'll click OK and allow it to do that, and it's fixed the selected problems. The second item here is the backup controls. When I click it, we see the restore backup panel, and the way to use this is to click the drop down at the top and you'll see a list of backups. If you click any one of those and you see a list of the registry keys that have been backed up, you can select any of these thus, and then if you click restore, it will put these registry keys back, and that's one way of dealing with false positives, and it's fairly straightforward to do. So I'm just going to cancel that now, and now we'll have a look at the third button here. This is the advanced options, and some quite useful things in here. The first one is the browser helper object manager, so I'll click that. Now, helper objects are tools that are added to your browser toolbar. Some of these are useful, some of them are less so. When you install third-party programs, for example antivirus, if you're not vigilant, many of these programs add objects to Internet Explorer or Firefox, etc. Now, several times I've seen these third-party objects stop Internet Explorer from running, so this tool in RegistryFix lets you remove these objects safely. For an example here, we have one added by Real Player, which is this one here. So if I tick this box, I can click remove checked, and that will take it off the Internet Explorer toolbar. I don't want to do that now, so I'm going to click cancel. The second advanced tool is the Startup Program Manager. This allows you to disable programs that are loaded automatically when Windows starts. Removing them can make Windows start much quicker, and many of them are unnecessary. So, for example, if I want to remove this quick start task, I can tick it and then click remove checked, and that won't be started the next time I start Windows. I'm going to cancel that because I don't want to do that. And this button here is the Add Remove Program Manager. Now, when you use the Add Remove Program function in the control panel of Windows, occasionally it will not remove the entry in the list of programs, even though you've removed the program physically from the computer. And this allows you to remove those entries safely. Now, you should note that it's not for use in physically removing the programs, it's only to use for removing the entry in the list of programs, and that's been left in error by Windows. I'll just cancel that. The final advanced button lets you create a full registry backup, which I recommend you do from time to time. And to use this, very easy, just click create a new backup, click next, and away it goes, creating a backup. This takes a few minutes, but this creates a full registry backup as opposed to a partial one, which it does before it fixes any errors. The registry backups are stored in this folder here, Program Files RegistryFix Reg Backup, but RegistryFix keeps a track of where they're being backed up. Okay, it's finished that backup now. Click OK. We'll go back to the backup utility and click restore previous backup. Click next, and now if we click on this drop down, we can see backups that have been created in the past. So I click on this one and click finish. It will restore that backup of the registry. This is similar to doing a system restore point in Windows. I'm going to cancel that. Now obviously the only time you can use this function is when you've got a running system, which is why I mentioned at the beginning of this review that before you use RegistryFix you do a system restore point, so that if everything goes wrong you can actually restore the system so that it's running again. I'm just going to close that. The only thing left here now really is the preferences button, and there's not much of interest here. It does show the log file path, which might be useful if you get any unusual problems, and you can look at the logs if you need to contact technical support for any assistance from their support site. So that's about it. I highly recommend RegistryFix. I've used it on several PCs and it does produce a great improvement in performance on PCs that have been running for several months. You can download a trial of it by clicking on the link below this video, and something to bear in mind is that it's very inexpensive when you compare it with the cost of handing your PC to a technician to repair for you, which is likely to run into perhaps hundreds of pounds. So that's my review of RegistryFix.